Our first chapter is Mustaqbil, which in Arabic language means future. Now let's read the chapter. Once upon a time, there lived an old teacher. He was honest and kind. He often worried about how he would support himself and his wife when he could not work anymore. So he thought of a plan. He decided that every month he would save a small sum of his salary and keep it away for his old age. Now, children, did you understand what this paragraph meant? Well, this is a story of an old teacher who was honest and kind. But he was worried that how he would support his family when he had no work. So later on, he decided that he will save a small amount from his salary and keep it away for his old age. Well, now let's mark some important words that are difficult for us to learn. Your first word is honest. 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 Second word is worried. 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 Next word is support. 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 Next, we have the word just below support is thought. 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 Then we have decided. 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 Another word is salary. 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 Now these are some important words that you are required to learn. Let's move on to our second paragraph. His wife was a good and simple lady, but she was not educated. However, he decided to give the small sum of money to her to keep safely. He said to her, "Keep this money safely. It is for Mustaqbil," an Arabic word which means future. So, children, in this paragraph, a small description is given about the old teacher's wife. She was an uneducated lady, but was very good and simple. So the old teacher, who had decided to keep a small sum of money from his salary for his old age, he decided to give it to his wife so that it could be kept safely for Mustaqbil. Let's underline some important words. The word is simple. 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 Then we have the next word educated. 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 Children, do you know the meaning of simple? Yes, simple means, it is a very common word, but yet it means simple means she is very nice. However, he decided. Then your next word is decided. Well, we have already done the word decided. Decided means already thought of doing an action. Our next word is safely. 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 We have another word, money. 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 And the word that is next is Mustaqbil. 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 So these are some important words in this stanza. Let's move on to our third paragraph. They had a very cunning neighbor who heard the conversation between the two of them. Now, when the old teacher was telling his wife that he wanted to keep a mount safely for their old age, a cunning neighbor of them overheard their conversation. Conversation means the talking that was going on between the old teacher and his wife. That is called conversation. So, the cunning neighbor heard their conversation. One fine day, when the teacher was not at home, he slyly knocked on the door. So, it was that day when the teacher was not at home and his wife was all alone. Then that neighbor very quietly knocked at the door. The lady, who hardly ventured out of her house, went to answer the door. She said, "Who are you? What do you want?" Now that lady went out. When there was a knock on the door, the lady, who never went out of her house, went to the door and asked who was knocking at the door and what did he want. He replied, "I am your neighbor. My name is Mustaqbil. I've come to collect the money which your husband told you to keep safely for me." So what did the neighbor replied? He replied that his name is Mustaqbil. Why did he say his name is Mustaqbil? Because that neighbor was very clever and he had already heard the old teacher saying that they are keeping money for Mustaqbil. So he named himself Mustaqbil and he told his wife that his name is Mustaqbil and he has come to collect that money which her husband had already kept safely. Now let's mark some important words from the third paragraph. We have the first word, cunning. Cunning, cunning. Next we have the word neighbor. Neghbor, neighbor. Your next word is conversation. Conversation, conversation. That means talking between two people. Next we have the word slyly. Slyly, slyly. Knocked. Knocked. We pronounce it as knocked, where K is silent. Next word is hardly. 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 Ventured. 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 Let's go to the next page and find some new words. Your next word is collect. 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 And the last word in this paragraph is safely. Safely. So, till now, what happened? The money that the old man had saved for his future, his wife very happily tried to give it to Mustaqbil. Well, Mustaqbil overheard that neighbor, he was a neighbor who overheard their conversation and named himself Mustaqbil. And he named himself in front of the old teacher's wife. She was very simple lady. So she believed in him that yes, he is Mustaqbil for whom the money is being kept. Let's continue. The ignorant lady quietly handed over the money back to him. She was quite happy. She had done her job. Now that simple, good lady, she didn't know who Mustaqbil and what Mustaqbil did her husband mean. Since she was ignorant about all these things, she very happily handed over the money bag to that cunning neighbor. And now she was happy that she has done her job very nicely. When the teacher returned home, she told him that at last Mustaqbil came and took all the money which they were saving for him. So now when the teacher returned home in the afternoon, she very happily related all the incident that happened before. That is, she gave the money to Mustaqbil who came earlier and took away all the money. Let's mark some more important words. Okay. The word is ignorant. 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 Next is quietly. 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 Returned. Returned. Returned, which means come back. Now next word is saving. 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 Now let's see what was the reaction of that old teacher after he came to know about his wife's job. The poor man held his head and said, "Oh, what have you done, stupid lady? You know you have ruined me. You know who Mustaqbil is? You have ruined me." Now, that poor old teacher was very upset. He said to his wife that she had already ruined him. Why did he say so? Because all the money that he was saving for his future was very easily given up to that cunning neighbor. He stole all the money from the teacher. Actually, the poor teacher could have saved his money if he only knew that the money should have been kept in a savings bank. Now, what could the teacher have done? He could have saved his money in a savings bank rather than giving it to his wife. So let's mark the remaining important words. Your first word is stupid. Stupid. Do you know the meaning of stupid? It means foolish. Next word is ruined. Ruined. Ruined means to destroy or damage or exploit him. You know who Mustaqbil is. You have ruined me. Next word is actually. 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 These are all the important words that you are supposed to learn. Now you must note all these words in a note copy. These are some of the difficult words that you are going to learn for your next class. Now this is all we have for today. Goodbye and have a nice day.